Hi everyone, Larry Sexual here, and I'm really excited today. Every once in a while a product comes along that really brings bird watching to the next level, and I think this is one of them. Wait for it. Netvue's Birdfy nesting box with a camera inside and out. Let's open this up. Netvue was the first bird feeder camera I ever got. My children gave it to me for Christmas, and I've just been in contact with them constantly, telling them how much I enjoy it. This is really well packed. Has some protective corners here and a piece of foam and a little strap to bring everything out with. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Unbelievable. I don't want to mess anything up. So in this box it says it contains accessories. Don't throw it away. Something taped onto here. It's made out of bamboo. And you know, they have a bird feeder now made out of bamboo too, which I really love. Most of you, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm a kind of an environmentalist. Bamboo is one of the most sustainable products on earth. I mean, in some places it grows a foot a day. So before I go any further, I'm going to look through their manual here and make sure I don't break anything. Well, I haven't fully discovered everything, but I have unpacked everything, and I think their engineers have thought about everything that could possibly be needed. There's two different, I'm counting this one, 3 different openings for different types of birds. I've got 2 different sizes of clamps if I want to put it to a pole. I've got the mounting clamp here, the necessary screws, a drilling guide, a solar panel, a charging cord, and a strap if I want to put it on a tree, which is not the safest for birds. This camera is going to come right over here, get the birds coming and going. The first thing I need to do is charge the battery for 10 hours, which for me is going to be overnight. I'll give you a quick sneak peek inside here. Up here where you can't see, it's got air vents. This protects them. You open it up. It's got a beautiful glass or plexiglass viewing area. It has steps for the baby birds to come out. This slides out, and there's a camera pointing straight down. Has an antenna here. And again, I don't want to get too far into this before I study it. And this camera right here is going to check out everybody coming in there. Let me charge the battery, and tomorrow we'll mount this and get it started. Not a great time for birds nesting this time of year. It's in the fall, but I have had the bluebirds come by. Their scouts have come by. I'm going to put this where my Peterson style house is, because that house has always got a bluebird nest in it, and let the scouts check this out. Be back in the morning. Okay, everyone, I'm going to record this on my phone and on my iPad at the same time. First thing I want to do is to go to netvue.com. I already have this in the cloud, so I'm going to hit that right there and open up. And now, I'm at Birdfy. It says I have no device yet, so I'm going to add a device right here. And here comes the Birdfy nest is right here. So I'm going to allow that to use my camera and scan the QR code on the device. That would be right here. So I start the setup, My router is not within 2 meters, but maybe it'll work anyway. I'll go to next. I'm going to allow it to use my location while I'm in the app. I'm going to select the Wi-Fi here. My password, I can't show you this. So I'm certain that the password's correct. So it gives me a visual right here. And right here is the button she wants me to press. I'm going to hold that for 5 seconds until the status light turns on. Put it over here so you can see it. The status light's on. There it is. Now it's blue. So I click here, the camera is turned on. Next, make sure the status light is flashing. It's not flashing. Wait a second. Not flashing. Not flashing. All right. So if it's not flashing, I press the power button twice quickly to make the status light flash. Ah, that's working. Now it's flashing. Oh my goodness. I have to set up the camera. All right. So this camera was taped to the outside here. Carefully take it off and rotate it so that it's right there. And then you're going to have 4 tiny black screws. There's 2 little holes this fits into. And you want to screw the camera to the base here. All right. And I'm going to put 2 screws in and then set this camera up. All right, so now I have to scan the QR code to my camera. So now it's searching for my camera. And I'm going to put this in the garden. I got to notice that my camera was offline. And I had to give it permission to use the microphone. So all I did was go in and hit the reset button, and it came right back online. So there I am. Here is the inside. And it's time to set this up. So I got a little ahead of myself. Number 1 directions says to get the Birdfy app. And all of this, putting the camera on here and everything, was after that. So I should have mounted the camera first, I think. But I don't think there's any harm done. I want to make sure this is on there nice and secure. I must say, I saw this when it first came out several months ago, and like Jimmy Carter, I had lust in my heart. I am so thankful that Netvue sent me this. It's not a paid promotion. I actually kind of filled out a questionnaire and survey they had on their website, and I think that's why I was selected. I don't think it's up there anymore, but I think they're going to be coming out with some Black Friday sales. So the camera is secured on there now. I need to put the case back on there. These cameras are water resistant, but certainly not waterproof. I also want to make sure I put on all the protective covering back here. You'll have to take that off when you turn the camera on and when you charge it, but this is fully charged. So before we go any further, I want to look at this. I have my, what is this? My 1967 102 bird houses in here. And in here is a chart. And it talks about, mine's falling apart. It talks about what we need for a bluebird, or for different nesting boxes. And they have given me two different options here, three different options. There's one on there. The one on there is 1.5 inches. So if I want to do a bluebird, it's 1.5 inches. That's exactly what I want. 5 to 10 feet off the ground. The depth of the cavity should be about 8 inches. This one is 10 to the very top. The floor should be 6 by 6. And this one is 6 by 5.5. Very, very close. So this opening is 1.7 inches or 2 inches. Looking at my chart here, a crested flycatcher, a golden fronted woodpecker would work. And this one, tiny, is 1 inch. So I don't have any birds on my list that would be needing a 1 inch opening. But the 1.5 inches accommodates a lot. A Carolina wren, and again, that's the same size, and I wouldn't be surprised if a Carolina wren takes this. We have a lot of Carolina wrens here. Tree swallow, barn swallow. So there's lots of different, hairy woodpecker. We have hairy woodpeckers too. So these are options if you want to put those on. So it's time to go set this up. I'm going to set this on a wooden pole, and I'm going to use the brackets they have. It's very simple to put this through the back, and then these thumb screws will tighten it down. And I'm going to go put this up at the garden. So let's go do that next. So I just connected with the birdhouse to make sure I had a Wi-Fi signal down here. And let me give you some perspective on that post right there. Is where I had the Bluebird Peterson style house. And you may recall, if you've watched my videos, my cat sat on that post and aggravated the bluebirds. So I'm going to move the post probably about right where the birdhouse is. And that's about halfway between the garden and the old location. And there's a huge pecan tree right here that they just play in all day long. So I wanted to keep them close to that pecan tree because I know the scouts know the location of that other house. So I'm hoping they'll make this transition without any trouble. And if they don't, we'll just try other things, but we'll see. It's the wrong time of year for birds to be nesting, but the scouts came by a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and checked out that Peterson style, and they'll be here as early as January and February looking for places to nest. So I'm going to go ahead and put this post in and get everything set up. This is a tree post from Lowe's. That's the only place I've seen them. They're about 2 inches around and 8 feet long, and they're treated. So they're very sturdy. I'm going to try to get it in the ground here a couple of feet because this is a heavy house. Now that I have the pole on, I can put the baffle on. With the baffle on, I can put the clamp up here. This is about 5.5 feet off the ground. Squirrels can jump about 4 feet, so it should be, with the squirrel baffle, no problem. I'm going to face it to the east. And before I put the house up here, I'm going to put the solar panel right up here. Right now, in the winter, this spot doesn't get a lot of sunlight. In the summer, it gets about 4 hours, so it'll be plenty. I just have this mounted to a scrap piece of wood. If you're up on a step ladder or a step stool like this, please be careful. Falls at home are one of the leading causes of injuries in the U.S. I'm going to lock it in about right there. That'll go on there just like this. Just that side. There we go. It should be recording me right now. Go ahead and get the center button plugged in. So we'll get the baffle back up here. And we're set. I hope you like it.